it hit me so hard. I was like, damn, now I know why people commit suicide. I ain't gonna say I thought about killing myself, but I can tell you, I understand now in a way that I've never understood before.
Damn, bro. So tell me what in the hell has you sitting across the table from me right now, looking like yourself, me just being around you all day to day. I didn't feel like that kind of weight from you.
I started forgiving myself and just being honest. Honest, I won't say honest. I forgave myself. I was able to pray for my son. He got better. And I was trying to work my way out of that situation that I had created for myself. And I was just honest with, with God. I ain't gonna say the word honest because there was a lot of, just dishonest stuff that I did. But I knew I had to find a way to get out of this situation. I did not know how to handle it, bro. But it was revealed to me what I needed to do, the steps that I kind of needed to take. You know what I mean? But what I didn't know was the people in my life, I didn't know who I could trust. I was in a state of paranoia. I was in a state of paranoia. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who was with me. I didn't know who was against me. And I'm not blaming the people. I'm just saying this is what happened when you put yourself in, you dance with the devil. This is a consequence of dancing with the devil, doing things that you know you shouldn't do, thinking you can get away with it. That's my whole point right there. Especially when you was raised to do something different. You will have that state of paranoia. You will have that state of confusion. You will have that state of guilt, shame. You won't know who you can trust. My algorithm was so messed up, bro. I remember one day I was on my phone. All I had was snakes, 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 snakes. I'm like, man, who the snake? You know who God revealed the biggest snake was? Me.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy how that works. Cause sometimes when you be in these spaces and you looking everywhere else, but within,
Because when you put that energy out, that's all you're gonna get.
that's all you getting back.
Bro, I literally was in a state where I couldn't trust anybody. It was almost like being back in prison. I even said this to somebody, I'm going back to that prison mentality.
In the actuality, you created a reality for yourself.
I created that reality. I sowed them bad seeds.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody ain't out to get me.
What you saying right now is some real stuff. Because a lot of times when you know you're not living right, or you into some things that you know you shouldn't be, it feels like that you can't trust anybody. When in actuality, you can't trust yourself.
You are the snake. You are
projecting
the problem.
all that what you have within onto everything outside of you, and that's all you seeing is just a reflection of yourself. Yep. When it comes to like manifesting, and you are what you attract.
Absolutely.
I mean, kudos to you for being mindful and cognizant, and being aware of what God was revealing to you, because a lot of times people could just blow right past that if they're not willing or ready to accept the fact that you are the cause of your own problems.
Yeah.
You are the source of your own despair.
Yeah.
You are the source. And when you come to grips with that, that gives you a leg to stand on, because you know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Now you can correct it. It's hard to correct the problem that you don't know where to start. You don't know what the problem is.
Yes.
You just know one exists.
Yep.
But once you realize
and you think it's everybody else,
chances are it's you.
Man, listen, once you get the realization that it ain't everybody else.
It's you.
That is you. I feel like that's a very powerful moment. Even though, again, that could bring more guilt, more shame, right? But you got an opportunity to correct it, to turn it around. There's no more confusion. You see what I'm saying? Another thing I like to say when it comes to that was, you could be like out of pride sometimes, out of just, stubbornness. You feel what I'm saying? That because everybody's telling you you're wrong not to do something, yada, 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 you can be like, you know what? If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to do this. Just to spite somebody else.
I'm going to show you.
I'm going to show you.
Right.
You think you think this is going to be the end of me? I'm going to do this and rise to the top. And you be so stuck on proving a point sometimes that you be so far out of order, bro.
Real. That's real.
You know what I mean? I can only speak for myself.
Stubborn pride.
You know what I'm saying? And pride goes before what? The fall.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And it's really a slippery slope because, I mean, of course, I know better. When you know better, you do better. But when you feel like it's you against the world sometimes, and because of social media, it can literally seem like that.
Yeah. But you know what pride prevents you from doing? Especially when your issue is with other people. Pride can prevent you from having those conversations that are needed. You so prideful that you don't even want to address that person that you're having these issues with.
Yep.
And being, vulnerable or empathetic, sorry for what your party. It takes a lot of maturity, because sometimes you can be in a situation where you feel like, I ain't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done this, but they don't know about this, and this is what I was going through.
Can
so
justify,
you start selling yourself.
You try to justify your BS all the time, right? Yep. And what pride does is it prevents us from humbling ourselves to have that conversation. Because a lot of times when we dealing with what we dealing with, and I ain't saying it's true for your situation, but I can just speak for a situation of my own, is pride that just keeps me from making a phone call to making things right.
Absolutely. This is probably also too, like, I think the biggest thing that really just blowed me, and I know I didn't handle anything right. I know I didn't do anything right. Best thing to do when you're that far out of order is to just stop. Turn around. Be still.
Be still.
But see, me, I'd like to keep going. You see what I'm saying? That's just my nature. I just keep going, try to keep working, keep going. I'm going to show you, keep going. Because I've learned that to be a superpower. That has helped me. I've been down before. And that has helped me. But now I see how a lot of things take a little bit of balance, because that same attitude and behavior 20 years ago did not help me in this situation. And one thing that really blew me too was how a private matter became a public spectacle. This episode of the 1090 Show is brought to you by our sponsor, Project Lean Nation. We are a comprehensive wellness program, and we are the next step in your health and fitness journey. We leverage support, technology, education, and prepared meals to help you get from where you are to where you want to be in a desirable fashion. When you give some of your personal struggles to people, now you hurt them and they spill it.
You feel betrayed.
But you hurt that person. But it's like, damn, you ain't had to say that part though. I brought that to you in confidence. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But there's one thing though I will say about that though, is it's like, if whatever you're referring to, if it involves that other person, it's still their story as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't really tell a person how to tell their story.
Exactly. So you just got to wear it. So
right.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's the realest thing that you said, because that's true. They do have the right to tell their story. Their truth is their truth, just like your truth is your truth.
100%.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So these are all things I had to learn and grow through on my feet in front of a lot of people. And I know I'm handling it wrong, but I'm doing the best that I can. You feel what I'm saying?
At some point in time, regardless of what you're going through, if your decision to protect yourself isn't causing harm to anyone else, you need to do that. Yeah. Because someone being nosy or uncomfortable with you not saying something does not mean that you're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just you taking care of you.
Yeah.
You have to that's the call to action for 2024 is self-love and self-care, taking care of you.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying pro-self and selfish are two different things. Like being selfish is putting other people in harm's way based on your decisions just to take care of you. But being pro-self is taking care of you so you could be the best version of yourself. So you can show up to the world and be the best version. You could be the best coach, the best dad, the best husband, the best friend that you could possibly be.
Yeah.
Because if you sitting there taking on everybody else's thoughts and the weight of everybody else's opinions of yourself, you just a version. You just a lesser version of yourself. And you're not doing anybody any good.
Yep, absolutely.
So you have to, at some point in time, you got to be pro-self. And you have to respect others when they do the same.
Absolutely.
When they choose to be in a better position for themselves, you respect that.
Yeah.
Because it would be selfish for you to try to hold them back from prospering because, they're beneficial to you.
Yeah.
This decision that they made is best for them in their situation.
Yes.
There's not being selfish. It's just being pro-self.
They looking out for them.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't get weighed down in that idea, oh, well, what they going to think. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really does. Because what matters is, my brother, I've known you since I was 9 years old. And the fact that you sit here and said that just a matter of weeks ago, you weren't contemplating suicide, but you understood why.
Yeah.
It's troubling.
Too, I didn't, it's troubling because what's really troubling is how fast it can happen.
Spiral.
You can get caught up in it. And the speed of everything travels so much faster with social media.
Right.
You follow me? And there are people that will take their lives, but there are also people that, I'm going to make y'all kill me.
Right.
You get in that, I wish would try me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do, I'm going to make you kill me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That's a suicidal thought.
It's
see it all the time.
It's suicidal. It's just not you not pulling the trigger on yourself, but you're going to provoke someone to push that. You're going to push them to the point where they're going to have to take you out.
Yep. And sometimes
you're not going to relent until it's over.
Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? You're going to take it there if it happens.
Right.
And you could take that energy out on somebody that don't even deserve it. You feel what I'm saying?
All the time.
All because you carrying around some baggage. You carrying around some things that you don't understand. And to me, when I think about it, it just happens so fast.
Life comes at you quick, my brother.
I'm talking about whirlwind, fast.
That's a lot.
It's hard to deal with it. You can't eat, you can't sleep. What are you gonna do? You pushing it down. You walking around with a fake smile. You trying to stay busy, trying to work all day, open up a new business. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to deal with A, the reality, B, everything I'm feeling, washing it down with alcohol. You know what I mean? Then you literally go numb. Then you get mad, you get prideful. All of that is a concoction for destruction. How can you not end up in that state of mind? Now, that's why I'm telling you, now I understand. People could make a mistake or make a move that goes sour. They hurt a lot of people. It doesn't go right. They feel bad. Now they're dealing with the weight of this. They don't know how to explain it. Right. They don't even like who the hell they become at this point.
Right.
You don't like themselves. They don't even like themselves.
Oh, that's powerful.
You know what I'm saying?
And I guarantee you, everyone has been at that point, regardless of how they look on the outside. We've all been at that point. We don't even really like who we are.
Yeah.
We're involved in some things that we have allowed ourselves to become something that we really don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just can't. It's just. Some people, man, we have different mindsets and different spirits. I'm grateful that at 19 years old, I went to prison. I've already overcome a lot.
Right.
I genuinely believe I can overcome any circumstance or situation. There's genuinely no quit in me. I feel like that's another message in this. I don't care what you've done. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how embarrassing it is. You can turn it around. Just give yourself a chance. Change your behavior day by day. Move forward. Do your best from that point on to make an amends not only to yourself, but like you said, the best way to say you're sorry is to change your behavior. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not over. We have too many youngsters giving up because they get in trouble. Giving up because they think it's over. It's not over. I'm not saying them feelings that you feel ain't real, but giving up damn sure ain't the answer.
Because we've all been through things, and I'll be honest, like that's one of the things that I go to when I'm facing a difficult time, because I've had plenty in my life. I'll be 40 this year.
Me
right?
too.
There have been plenty difficult times in my life, and obviously, I've overcame each one of those because I'm here today, right?
Yeah, just keep living.
So when I'm facing a difficult time, I look back on a previous difficult time, and I realize how small and insignificant it is now. But at that time, I thought that was the end. That's like a trick that I use for myself. When it's hard on me and I just have to go somewhere and get quiet, be still, and be by myself, I had to think back on some previous hard times, and I just like, man, I made it through that, and I thought I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll make it through this.
Yeah.
And that's how I cope with a lot of times when things get tough for me. I realize, man, I've been through tougher stuff before.
Yeah.
This is just something new. It might be a little different than what I've faced before, but I made through some tough times.
Yep.
So you have to keep living. You got to keep going.
You got to keep going. You got to keep growing. You got to keep walking. You got to keep living. You got to forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself.
And even when you can't reach out to the people that you hurt directly, man, one of the best things you could do is making amends by changing your behavior.
Changing your behavior. But if it was important enough for you and it registered enough for you to want to change your behavior, then you just had to treat that as that was a part of my journey.
Yeah.
I had to learn from that.
Yeah.
And I hurt somebody that I cared about.
I hurt a lot of people.
And I won't be able to ever get back to that space that I was at with them.
Yeah.
But I've learned.
Yes.
And you are a better version of yourself moving forward for the next individuals or for the people that are currently in your life. Like you say,
just for yourself.
For yourself, obviously, because again, I feel like if you're not being the best version of yourself, you're cheating everyone else in your life.
Man, say that. Yeah.
You're cheating everyone.
Yeah.
Whatever role different people play in your life, whether it's your children, your parents, your spouse, your brothers, sisters, friends, employers, employees, if you're not being your best, you're cheating them. You're cheating yourself. So like you say, if the person that you've wronged don't forgive you, forgive yourself so you can let that go and be better.
Yeah.
And the best apology is changed behavior.
Yeah.
If you know you were wrong, right that wrong and move on.
Yeah.
They say life is 10/90. 10% of what happens, and 90% of how you respond. Yo, I'm trying to elevate, so I'ma take the ups with the downs. Pound for pound, the greatest, God gave me the crown. Graduated from the streets, got my cap and my gown. Made mistakes on the way, but I turned them around.